Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Ah, Luna and I are doing pretty good. I was sleeping pretty sound this morning, so hopefully she's having had a good night. Um, gonna have a little coffee, get my day started here. Ah, it's the way I greet the morning. Good little routine that I have for me. I know everybody has a little bit more, or not, should say a little more. They have their own way of doing things. I know uh, several people that I respect that are in the medical community will spend at least 10 minutes, hopefully a half an hour, exposed to as much sunlight, natural sunlight as they could in the morning, get their day started. Whatever you need, here's to you guys getting started. Uh, well, I had a jab yesterday to uh, there's a new jab available for the ongoing plague things that are going on with us. I can't say the words because I've heard that it can cause problems with the people that administer these videos. So I am going to leave it at that. I will say that it's been very divisive, and I tell you what, one of the worst things about the politics in the United States has to do with the fact that they really push to be divisive. You know, that might be politics everywhere. I'm sure that if you want to get somebody to vote for you, you have to make sure they're on your team and the other people are the enemy. So I'm going to talk about a few things that are divisive here in the United States. And I'm going to talk about some divisive stuff that I think personally is bad for the overall world. First one I'm going to start with is really a no win scenario. Neither side, both sides are right and both sides are wrong. I'm going to talk about the Ukraine war. Yesterday, uh, there was some videos that came out about the fact that the Ukrainians had made a huge uh, breakthrough. They had punched through the defenses of the Russian army and moved into putting them actually on the run in a northern section of the northern front in Ukraine. And see if I she's gonna steal it from me. I can never tell when she wants me to throw something and when she wants to just have me move toward it. And I can't get it. Yes, that was a motorcycle. That's all it was. You big scaredy cat. You are a big, big scaredy cat. You are. For a big puppy, you are scared. kitty, kitty, kitty. Scaredy cat. She does get easily scared by stuff. It's not as bad as some of my dogs. Um, Thunder and lightning, she usually sits near me, but and she'll wolf when she thinks I didn't hear the last thunderstorm or thunder rumbling. Anyway, all right, Ukraine. Here's the thing: is prominent men. I'm sorry, prominent people, women, men. Hear it on both sides, and it's pretty predominant. Is Ukraine should make a peace deal with Russia, or Ukraine should fight. Uh, Here's the thing: both sides do it. Their recommendations from love. Fight because Russia is a bully and they are bullying Ukraine to take their stuff without their consent, and they are doing it in a way where they are uh, killing people and things are really bad. Um, the people that are, you know, get a a settlement, they are doing that also with love because people are dying. Lots of people have died, and they would like to. War tends to not really solve things. It tends to make wounds that can never truly heal. When I say never, I mean, it'll be a long time. Um, I was listening to Lex Friedman. He's got a good podcast. He's had lots of people on there that were argued both sides of this, and I think he did a pretty good job of trying to pull out the pros and cons of their discussions. And his, I really liked his take, and it wasn't even during some of those discussions with those guys. It was with another gentleman, and he said that the ingrained hatred that is now growing in Ukraine toward the Russian population says will be there for a long, long time. And growing that hatred is, he says, the worst thing for Russia. And I see that. I can see that definitely. So, yes, little girl, it was just a car backfire. It sounded bad. I know it sounded bad, but it was just a car backfire. So the two sides making the other team seem divisive. Truth is, both sides are trying to be good, and it's like Norm Macdonald is a comedian. He said the thing that we got to remember the most about the sides, both sides think they are doing it for a good cause. It's a good, uh, it's a coming from a place of goodness. I've mentioned it before. One of the things that I'm really annoyed with in Europe is their blanket decisions about energy. They tied themselves to Russian natural gas, and then they started shutting down nuclear power plants that were still functional. And I'm annoyed with them. And again, I'm annoyed with them, but I know it comes from a good place. It comes from a lot of people that really want a better future, a safer future, and a cleaner future. But sometimes we allow people with good intentions and emotions push us in a direction that is poor practical sense. Europe is in a very cold part of the world. They Sunlight is not their huge friend up there. I got solar on my roof and I get a lot of freaking energy out of it. Lots of energy, especially during the summer when I need it the most. They, on the other hand, need most of their energy in the winter. Yeah, that's not exactly where solar hits its mark. So, what are they doing in place of solar? Oh, we're going to use the rest of natural gas. That's your long-term solution? Yep, that's our long-term solution. Huh, okay, interesting. Again, I think that comes from a spot in their heart that says it's better than coal. It is, and they say it's better than nuclear. I disagree, but that's what they truly believe. And it's interesting to have these different opinions and people adamant about it. The little jab that I got today, yeah, a lot of people don't like it. They don't like being pushed to get the jab. And I've talked to them. I've got friends that are like that. They're smart people too. No, they've got they're not doing it from a vindictive, mean position. That they have their reasons. Wow. This is the second video where I rambled. I thought I had a pretty coherent set of things I was going to talk about, and I kind of rambled a little bit. I'm going to sum up with something simple. I was reading um, autobiography of uh, Ronald Reagan. What do you call those autobiographies where it's not, he didn't do it and it's not really a true one because it's not about his whole life and everything? It was a biography done by a friend of his who did was worked with him. It was it was about him because really it wasn't about this guy, but this guy was talking about his relationship and what he did with Ronald Reagan during his California and his first term in office. He retired. He wasn't there for the second term. Um, but I agreed with something that he says Ronald Reagan said, and that was sometimes you have to do what's right, even if people don't agree with you. You have to do what's right, and then you can then work on convincing them that that was the right direction. And a lot of times, governments make those choices, those hard choices. You know, we're going to spend a lot of money here on electric vehicles in the U.S. We're going to spend a lot of money on uh, education. We're going to spend a lot of money on moving a lot of industry back to the U.S. that we spent decades moving away from the U.S. So that kind of thought and change is has long-term impacts, and we're hoping they're going to be good ones. Tough decisions that they have to make. I don't know if they're right. I think a lot of times it's sometimes a flip of the coin. It's like the ones that are talking to Ukraine, fight versus sue for peace. I don't think either one is right. I think they're both right and they're both wrong. Tough decisions. Wish we had a crystal ball. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I'm sorry again. I rambled quite a bit today. Uh, hopefully I'll get my maybe it's the jab. But I didn't have it yesterday and I rambled yesterday. Uh, you guys have a wonderful morning. And we will talk to you later.